Good morning, happy Friday everybody. It's me. I'm here today to read stories with you for Activities with Andi. Today is going to be all about reading books together. I have some really fun fall books to read with you today, and also just one of my favorite books. So that'll be really exciting. So we're going to start with this one. I went to the library. Have you ever been to the library? Ours is open out in St. Charles County where I live. And I was able to get some new books. So this one is called Bonaparte Plays Ball, and it's by Marjorie. Oh, she has a hard last name. Kyler, maybe? All right, well, let's read this one. Okay, let's see if this is the right way for you. I think I need to switch the screen to make it so that you can see better. Let's try that. Then you can see it a little bit better. Okay, Bonaparte Plays Ball. It was the Weird series. Bonaparte's team, the Little Monsters, was playing the Mighty Aliens on Saturday. Bonaparte was jittery, jumble of bones. What if he lost his backbone while at bat? What if his fetching dog, Mandible, dropped off one of his loose bones? What if the Mighty Aliens made fun of him? Coach Roach touched the base with the team. "You need to practice hard all week," he said. "That's how you win." Bonaparte whacked and thwacked. He hopped and bopped. He zigged and zagged. Finally, Saturday came. The monsters took the field as the Mighty Aliens clattered and scattered to their dugout. "We'll eclipse you, monsters," shouted Moon Bob. Oops, the pages are sticking together. Now, the monsters were up. Mamicula was the lead-off batter. He belted and bounced down the middle. As he hurried and scurried towards first, his bandages ripped and he tripped. Eggcracker ran forward and tagged him out. "What a bad break," muttered Bonaparte. Next, Frankie Stein stomped to the batter's box. After 2 strikes, he screwed up and smacked the ball to first base. "You're out," yelled the vampire. Umpire. But after Zombie and Batula both hit singles, landing on first and second, Bonaparte shook his way into the batter's box. He swung at a curveball. "Strike 1! Your head's in the clouds," thundered Sky Boomer. He swung at a fastball. "Strike 2! You need more meat on your bones," shouted Mega Meteor. Slider streaked past him. "Strike 3! I hope this won't be a shutout," Bonaparte worried on his way back to the dugout. The next 4 innings were no better. By the end of the 5th, the score was the Mighty Aliens 5, Little Monsters 0. "We're running rings around you," screeched Saturnicus. "Let's sweep them off the field," said Witchy. Coach Roach tried to pump up the team. "Never give up," he said. "It ain't over till it's over." "Let's vaporize them," cried Ghosty. "Let's squash them," yelled Pumpkinhead. At the top of the 6th, the monsters roared back to life, retiring aliens one by one. Bonaparte was so charged up he could barely hold himself together. It was the monsters' turn. Mamicula tried to keep his excitement under wraps as he faced down the pitcher. Mamicula shot a line drive to the left field, sliding into first before he could be tagged. Next, Frankie Stein laid down a bunt, and Zombie tripped the ball to deep right field for a single. The bases were loaded. Little Monsters threw their mitts into the air and started cheering. "We can't be beat! We can defeat!" they chanted. Luckily, Baticula, the monster's cleanup hitter, was next. He grabbed the bat. Snatcher flashed garlic at him. Batula fainted. "Rebolting!" cried Frankie Stein. "Boo!" said Ghosty. "Skullduggery!" screamed Bonaparte. Coach Roach called for a time out. Suddenly, Bonaparte had a brainstorm. He grabbed a blood orange juice box and he teetered to Batula's coffin. "We're in trouble!" yelled Bonaparte, shaking his friends awake. "The mighty aliens are out for blood." He helped Batula sit up and he poured the juice down his throat. Batula high-fived him, then leapt up and flew to the plate. Gripping the bat, he smashed a grand slam. Bonaparte walked to first, then Blackie Widow knocked in 2 runs before the rally ended with a double play and a pop-up. Now it was a whole new ballgame. The monsters were still flying high during the 7th inning stretch. "Monsters! Monsters! Rah! 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 Aliens! Aliens! Ha! Ha! Ha!" they chanted. The mighty aliens battled back in the 8th, with Moon Bob hitting a dinger to tie the score. It was a white-knuckle game. The score was still tied at the bottom of the 9th, with just 1 out left after Zombie and Batula struck out. It was up to Bonaparte. "Never give up, never give up, never give up," Bonaparte repeated, quivering and shivering but gaining courage as he clackety-clacked to the plate. Grease Lightning, the alien's relief pitcher, fired a slider. Bonaparte whipped the bat around and swung for the fences. He connected with a bone-crunching wallop. Bonaparte's arm reached first base before he did, but he snapped it into place. Then he rattled off around the bases, touching home plate for the walk-off home run. The final score was Little Monsters 7, Mighty Aliens 6. The Little Monsters had won the game. "You really went to bat for us," yelled Bonaparte's friends, throwing him into the air. Even the mighty aliens had to admit that Bonaparte was a shining star. Bonaparte was so excited he fell to pieces, but he didn't care. Mandible was there to put him back together. The end. All right, let's see what our next story is. I'm gonna read this one. This is one of my favorite books. I don't know if you've ever read the story called Bark George, but here it is. It's called Bark George and it's by Jules Pfeiffer. This is a good one. Here we go. George's mother said, "Bark, George!" Oops. And George went, "Meow!" "No, George," said George's mother. "Cats go meow, dogs go arf. Now bark, George." George went, "Quack, quack." "No, George," said George's mother. "Ducks go quack, quack. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George." And George went, "Oink." "No, George," said George's mother. "Pigs go oink, dogs go arf. Now bark, George." And George went, "Moo." George's mother took George to the vet. "I'll soon get to the bottom of this," said the vet. "Please bark, George." And George went, "Meow." The vet reached deep inside of George and he pulled out a cat. "Bark again, George." George went, "Quack, quack." The vet reached deep, deep, deep down inside of George and he pulled out a duck. "Bark again, George." And George went, "Oink." The vet reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George, and he pulled out a pig. Bark again, George. And George went moo. The vet put on his longest latex glove, and he reached deep down inside of George, and he pulled out, what do you think he's gonna pull out? He pulled out a cow. Did you guess right? Bark again, George. And George went arf. George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet, and the cat, and the duck, and the pig, and the cow. On the way home, she wanted to show off George off to everyone on the street, so she said, "Bark, George." And George went, "Hello." So silly, so silly. All right, well, we have time for one more story. So we're going to read Most Marshmallows. And this is by Rowboat Watkins. Well, that's a fun name, isn't it? Most marshmallows. Most marshmallows don't grow on trees, or come from storks, or from Mars. Most marshmallows are mostly born to one sweet parent or two, and live in homes. Did you know marshmallows lived in homes? They celebrate birthdays and watch TV. They go to school most mornings. And they learn to be squishy and how to stand in rows. And why they can't breathe fire. Fire is only for dragons. Most marshmallows eat dinner together and fall asleep most nights. To dream about nothing. But some marshmallows secretly know how. Secretly know that all marshmallows can do anything or be anything. They dare to imagine. So roar! Well, friends, thank you for spending your Friday morning with me. I hope you enjoyed story time as much as I did, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, everybody. We'll see you later.